to you, our viewers. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Camnet TV Breakfast Show of today being the 7th of February 2024. I hope you're having a lovely and fantastic morning. I'm your host, Miriam Kaimba, and of course, in studio, I'm not alone. I'm joined by my colleague, Athias Kaputula, where we're going to be taking you for an hour or so, looking at various issues in terms of politics, governance, and so on and so forth. Good morning, Athias.
Good morning, how are you?
How is your morning so far?
My morning is fine. At least the weather today is better.
Imagine, when I woke up in the morning, it was different, okay? I thought, okay, it was going to be sunny like it was yesterday, but all of a sudden it changed.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
God has blessed us differently today. It's awesome.
I'm sure the farmers are very excited. It looks as if it's going to rain anytime soon.
Yeah, because I think the rains have given us a break. I think this is now the resuscitation of precipitation. I think it's good for the farmers.
Yes, indeed, it is good for the farmers. But anyway, before we go into our main discussion this morning, let's get to look at what the doctors have for us this morning.
Good morning and welcome to the Health Corner here on the Breakfast Show. I am Dr. Nakubiana Mfaya. So this week we are talking about fibroids, and we have already discussed what are fibroids. We say that fibroids are tumors, benign tumors that grow inside the uterus or the womb or around the uterus. So these are usually caused by certain risk factors such as genetic composition. So if you have a family history of having fibroids, you are at risk of having fibroids as well. Then also your diet, if you eat so much saturated fats, you increase your risk of having fibroids, and age as well. So women who are between the age of 40 to 50 are at risk of having fibroids, but also even younger women can also have fibroids. So today I want to look at the signs and symptoms. How can you know, or what are some of the signs that you would experience to be able to tell that you are having fibroids? So usually people who have fibroids would experience what we call menorrhagia. And so this is a situation or a condition where you have your periods, but your periods are very heavy. So you have heavy menstrual bleeding. Then they might also have metorrhagia, which is where your periods usually come on a regular basis, but now they start coming at different intervals. So usually if you experience your periods every 28 days, you might start seeing irregularities in the intervals. So you might experience your periods maybe 25 days from the last period, or even sometimes might go up to 30 days. So the interval might change. Then you might also be experiencing very painful periods. So people who have fibroids might experience very painful periods. So they might have pain during their periods, and sometimes they might also experience pain when having sexual intercourse. So these are some of the symptoms of people who have fibroids. They might also notice that depending on the size of the fibroids and how big they have grown, they might notice that their stomach or their abdomen becomes distended, and so you might start looking pregnant even when you are not pregnant, because the uterus is growing in size because of the fibroids that are growing inside. And so fibroids can vary in size. Sometimes they are very, very small, and other times they can even grow to as big as a pumpkin. So it depends on the size that you have, and if you have a very big fibroid, it might look like you are pregnant even when you are not. So these are some of the signs that people with fibroids would experience. And so make sure that you look out for some of these symptoms. If you experience any of these symptoms, then you need to go to the hospital and have yourself checked for fibroids and also other conditions that affect women that might also be causing these similar symptoms, because it's not only fibroids that can cause this, even other conditions as well can be able to cause these symptoms. So make sure you get yourself checked in the hospital to be able to get the right diagnosis and the right treatment. So tomorrow we'll talk about how fibroids are diagnosed and how they are treated in the hospital. So make sure you watch tomorrow's episode as well. If you missed the other episodes, make sure that you go back and try to watch them on my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Nakuyana Mfaya, or you can watch them on Facebook as well, on Camnet TV. So I do hope you have learned something today. I will see you again tomorrow. Stay healthy.
Thank you so much, Doc. I hope you did learn one or two things. There, let's get direct into our money market. We have the United States dollar. They are buying at 26.72 when selling at 27.25 in where we have the euro. They are buying at 28.67 where and selling at 29.24 where we have the South African rand. They are buying at 1.1 from where and selling at 1.4 from where we have the Great British Pound. They are buying at 33.55 in where and selling at 34.22 where. That is our money market for today, the 7th of February 2024, as at 07:27 hours this morning. Mr. Kaptola, are you still having hopes of buying that Vitz?
No, the hope cannot die. The hope cannot die.
I love the emphasis in there. No.
Yeah, the hope cannot die. I think we are still hoping for the better times. I think like other economists are also predicting that the kwacha is going to stabilize maybe by mid of the year, looking at the interventions that government is putting in place. We hope that comes to flourish, because as you are aware that the kwacha affects its cost cutting in terms of its impact on the economy. So fuel, other things.
Yes.
We are just hoping for the best.
Yeah, indeed, and we also saw a statement from the Jesuit Center. They are saying that the cost of living has gone up again. Yeah. With this current economic situation, it's really bad. But anyway, like you mentioned, we hope for the best. We are going to keep our positivity in check. Yeah,
otherwise, because it has been a long time. I think the sentiments, especially from members of the public,
yes,
they attest to say that I think the cost of living is biting, and I think things have to change.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, just a reminder to our viewers that we have now officially opened our phone lines. You, our viewers, can get in touch with us on the numbers that are scrolling on your screen. Do call us. Let us get interacted, and those watching us live on Facebook, let us get interacted by you dropping us that message. But anyway, moving forward, let's get to look at a story where farmers in Chief Siashtema village in Kalomo district have expressed gratitude for the timely delivery of the farming inputs. Let's get to look at that story. Farmers in Chief Siashtema village in Kalomo district, Southern Province, are pleased with the prompt delivery of farming inputs. They say the timely support has significantly contributed to their agricultural activities.
The government has really saved us. My only appeal to those that got fertilizer from FISIP is that we need to keep 20% of our youth for our consumption. and not take everything to FRA because we need to feed our families.
Imapopwe ku food reserve. Imapopwe tukamani ekutola ku food reserve tukanjirirwe nzara. 20% atugasiye tukajane kuligwa ya mumigwa Yesu kuti kwatutaka pengi mebo kokuromba biyo kweromba burindiswe tobarimi notwagabweza fertilizer ku FISP.
Despite their appreciation for the inputs, farmers in the region are facing a challenge in transporting their produce due to poor road network.
Fertilizer bakatupa mujindi ijibotu kautakwe breakdown pe. Twakashanga mujindi imapopwe.
Fertilizer was given to us in very good time. Without any breakdown, we planted our maize on time, and in most fields the maize is flowering.
The
only challenge we have is that some fields have been attacked by pests. Otherwise, we are thankful to government.
The farmers are now appealing to the government to invest in road construction to alleviate the transportation difficulties they encounter. Improved road would not only facilitate movement for agricultural produce, but also enhance overall connectivity in the region.
20% twabelesha gugulia ta consumption. Bona 80% kwede tutitole ku food reserve. Ono twatola ku food reserve tuchitushupide malot.
We were told that from the yield we consume 20% and the other 80% we take to the food reserve agency, but the challenge we face taking our produce to FRA is the issue of road network. The roads are bad here, so we appeal to the government to work on the roads so that we take the maize to the FRA shed without difficulties. Otherwise, we will be prone to briefcase buyers who come to buy from us.
Tomba malingi kuti bonga kugulima buyo yatugwashiriha aitugwashiriha road.
As farmers express joy over the timely provision of farming inputs in Chief Siachdema village, attention is now turning toward the need for improved roads. The appeal to government highlights the crucial role infrastructure plays in the success of agricultural activities. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV.
While on a work-related journey, the incident has led her to seek intervention from a community human rights-based organization. In an interview, Faustina Chongo says on the 6th of November 2023, whilst traveling to Chirundu for a work-related assignment, she was involved in a road traffic accident at Kapiringozi around 14 hours. She says she was then transferred from the clinic in Chirundu to UTH and was admitted for 3 weeks without any assistance from the company.
Nankara 2 weeks vakunchito sivenza obwera apo even kutuma phone sivanatumeko phone kuti vambere mwenza kutira so life inapora anikosera benzo ntandizira chabe ni vantu chabe vena peza kuja maneighbors mu hospital muja ndiye benzo ntandizira vanapora 2 weeks pena kwana vanapora vambo ntumizira ndrama yavo kuja vanambo ntumizira ndrama yavo kuja paka nankara 3 weeks muja vananchita stage vananchosa but nikali kuenda kuja ku hospital.
Ms. Chongo alleges that she has been following the company for financial assistance since November, but no help has been rendered till date. And Concerned Citizens and Human Rights Director Richard Nkua is appealing to relevant authorities and well-wishers to assist Ms. Chongo as she is in pain. Mr. Nkua has further called on the Ministry of Labour to ensure that foreign companies respect the labour laws of the country.
Appealing to the relevant authorities to come on board and help our sister who is at pain right now. Despite following all the channels which she has followed, the company have decided to pay death here. We are appealing to the Ministry of Labour. We are also appealing to the Human Rights Commission. We are also appealing to other relevant authorities that can come on board and help our sister to see to it that the company they follow the guidelines of our land.
Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
A very unfortunate situation there. Anyway, we hope that Madam Faustina Biri will be assisted by the relevant authorities so that she can be compensated by the company as well as her medical bills be paid for. It's very unfortunate, obvious that during your work trip you're involved in a road accident and then your employer refused to pay for your medical bills on grounds that we had to fix the vehicle that was damaged. But anyway, we are talking about what is more important at the situation. Is it alive or is it the vehicle?
Yeah, it is sad that an employer can come out like that, and these are allegations, and I think the Minister of Labour should look at such issues. We must put it straight as a country that employees should be respected. In fact, everyone should be respected. The rights of people must not be infringed upon. And you can see the woman there, she's in pain.
Yes.
It is very sad.
Yes.
Medical bills are quite hefty these days, and the company should just come forward and address help, especially that the story has run like that.
Faustina Chongo did explain that the incident occurred on November 6, 2023, when she was sent to Chirundu by her former employee. This is when the accident did occur. But anyway, at the end of the day, we hope that she will be helped by the relevant authority and ensure that all her medical bills are paid and she is all right at the end of the day. That is very, very important.
Yeah, another promising story I think is for the farmers. It's a good development that the farmers, you can see the fields. I think it is promising. The maize looks okay.
Yes.
Though there's a bit of these armyworms.
Armyworms, yes.
But I think the farmers are expressing gratitude and the optimistic of fields, better yields.
Exactly, and also one thing that they were excited about is that the farming inputs were delivered timely, so they were not affected much. However, their concern has been road network. Road network has been a challenge because they need to transport their produce, but because of poor road network, and when it's raining it gets flooded, so it becomes a challenge for them. So they were calling upon their area member of parliament as well as other relevant authorities like the local government to come on board and ensure that the Ministry of Infrastructure to ensure that road network is constructed in that area. We have seen that roads they are bad, and during the rainy season, trust me, Athias, you wouldn't want to be in that.
You were on the ground.
I was on the ground. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be there.
It is a sorry sight.
It is. It becomes impossible, especially if you're a visitor. You wouldn't even know whether you should pass the site. You're going to find, a drainage, or what. It's a very, very sad situation.
And I think issues of CDF should come in where I think proposals, especially for the area councillors, they must push in proposals to ensure that at least even the graded roads, I think that is what is needed that side.
But talking about CDF, I was really shocked when I went there, especially in that village. A lot of people are not aware about CDF.
Wow.
Yes. If they don't know that you need to even form cooperatives and get empowered from the CDF. Few might have the information, but majority of people do not know about CDF. So it tells you something, that there's need to continue spreading information, especially to those in rural areas, so that they can understand what exactly CDF is and what it does to the community. Yeah.
And I think it's unfortunate because in rural areas, when you target, for instance, village headmen, they call for meetings. I think information can be disseminated very easily.
Exactly.
I think it's also the issue of the local councils there to up their game to ensure that that situation is changed.
Yes.
Because in rural areas, information moves very fast, especially when you involve the people, especially through meetings and such gatherings.
Yeah, but anyway, it was sad that at the end of the day, in that area, the situation was totally different.
Wow.
And again, you'll find one other area that I also visited, they were complaining about, lack of water, clean water. Mainly they depend on these dams.
The dams.
They only have one bowl at the school, and it caters about 100 households around there. So you find that, every time when it rains, the water is dirty. They are forced to, use the water just like that. Sometimes they were telling me that at times they even share the water with animals.
Yeah, which is usually the case in these rural areas. Several areas, people they do share the water with animals, and it's very unhealthy, especially with these waterborne diseases that have been experienced in the country. I think authorities they need to up their game to ensure that. I think these are issues. We can't be talking about water bowls and everything.
Imagine.
I think CDF can cater for such issues.
Yeah, we are moving toward becoming a middle-income, prosperous country and not leaving anyone behind. But if right now we are still talking about the water challenges in our communities, in our rural areas, then trust me, we are very far from achieving or attaining this goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think on my end, I have a story as we continue zooming in headlines. I have a story of a 30-year-old woman of Osaka's Kanyama compound who was taken a former employee to a community human rights based office alleging. I think that this is a story we played there. We can move on to another one. So this is a woman is demanding answers from Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital after a shocking revelation during labor. According to Roshini Piri, she went into labor 21 hours on February 1st and underwent surgery at the hospital by 10 hours. Following the procedure, doctors informed her that she was not carrying a fetus. I think we can get to look at that story.
Holding back her tears, Roshni Piri narrates how she went to Levi Mwanawasa Teaching Hospital to deliver and welcome her newborn twins to the world, only to be told after the operation that her womb was empty. Roshni Piri alleges that on February 1st, 2024, she went into labor and upon arrival at the hospital, 3 scans were carried out on her that solidified that she needed an operation in order to deliver safely.
Wananipima nokamba tusanga pape buno since my operation ya paka. It's better ende kuti ku theater. So zona wananishita maskani almost 3 or 5. Ati awe muntu aende ku theater. Nyumwe naendera ku theater. After wanishita operation onuza timara stina pezemo chili chonse.
Mrs. Amukena says she has been carrying her babies for the past 9 months and has been going for her antenatal appointments that prove that she was indeed pregnant.
Na mimba 9 months. So pamenezo chitira antenatal kuzedeniyezi airport vananuza timimba ikauka noti mukapapire pano mukaende kumwanawasa.
And husband Royd Amukena alleges that he vividly heard the sounds of a baby crying the moment he was called by the nurse, who informed him that his wife was not carrying anything in her womb.
Poyanka phone nenzomvera munyansi kwenzolira mwana manye pane vanani muzaivo nanzeru zinasokonezeka naye ati mimba inakwanisa 9 months futi mimba ikulu apa lero wakambia ati mu mimba mulibe chilimo.
The couple want an explanation from the hospital over the whereabouts of their babies.
Oenda ku theater vamapeleka chabe munhu alibe mimba vangauze munhu amungamba kudala ndiye kukamba ati mara kube chamene tapezamo nenifuna oziva chikulu chamene vanapeza mara mwanga vanirangiza
futi nenifuna vamene nifuna vana vanga ndava scan singa nami manje au kamwe ava weve wakamba ati mumala musi vanapezemo chili chonse olo muntu sunga ngambe muntu aina ungambe muntu palibe reason sopo ngamba muntu kali mufunika ati uziva chamene mungamba kuti muchosema.
And when contacted for a comment, Levi Mwanawasa Hospital has promised to engage the couple over the matter. Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
That is a story that is emanating from Levi Mwanawasa Hospital. Pretty interesting, Miriam.
It is. It is. My question is, this person was pregnant for 9 months.
Yeah.
She was going for scanning, and they confirmed that she was pregnant. She was told, okay, because of complications, because of too many operations she had, she needs to be taken to the theater. But then, later on, she's told her womb is empty.
I think you can sympathize with the family. There are gaps there. There are gaps that there are gaps that needs to be filled.
Yes,
in terms of what was she told when she was going into operation.
That's my concern. And during the whole 9 months pregnancy, what was she told? Because according to her, she was doing the scanning and she was told she has twins. Okay, she was carrying a pregnancy of twins. But later on, boom, from nowhere you're told there's nothing in the womb. You know, you get to have a lot of questions. I think the family needs to be told what exactly was in the womb, if indeed there were no babies there.
And also the information that they were told when they were getting into the operation room,
yes,
is supposed to be revealed, including the members of the public.
Yes.
Because that is a matter of public concern, as you are aware. There has been such issues of missing babies. I think the air should be cleared, and even on our end, we need to get into the bottom of this issue as reporters to ensure that we establish, even the scans, they must be availed.
Yes.
Especially to the media, that what was seen in the entire 9 months.
And one thing, it just reminds me of one thing, that there was a lot of miscommunication there, and there's need for clarity, because in the first place, Afias, you will understand that that woman had the right to know exactly what was going on with her. Because how can she be told, okay, there's nothing, then boom, okay, go home, okay, without you being given any explanation from the hospital management? You know, you get to have a lot of question mark. But I'm glad that Levi Mwanawasa management, through the PRO, says, you know, they are going to engage the couple and see what exactly did transpire there. So we hope to follow up the matter so that they can also avail us with more information as we get to, you know, feed the public of what exactly transpired.
Yeah, I think it's just the right thing to be done. Perhaps moving on, there is a story of the National Union of Public and Private Educators of Zambia, NUPEZ, urging the government to reassess the boarding fees for upcoming term. Speaking during a media press briefing in Lusaka, NUPEZ Executive President Victor Muyumba says boarding fees in government schools, currently at 1,000 kwacha, have remained unchanged for over 2 years, adding that it is insufficient given the rising cost of living. Mr. Muyumba has also opposed the introduction of licensure examinations by the Teaching Council of Zambia, TCZ, for teachers, emphasizing that certain essential skills and qualities cannot be adequately assessed through such examinations. Let's get into that story.
As pupils prepare to report for the first term of 2024, on 12th February 2024, the National Union of Public and Private Educators of Zambia has tipped government on issues to be addressed urgently. NUPEZ Executive President Victor Muyumba has called on government to review the boarding fees for the coming term. Mr. Muyumba says the boarding fees in government schools, which have remained at 1,000 kwacha for over 2 years, is inadequate in view of the high cost of living for school authorities to sustain healthy feeding of the children. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, Mr. Muyomba stated that it is for this reason that government should also consider subsidizing the cost of feeding the children in various boarding schools across the country.
Early as term 2 of last year, we saw that this 1,000 kwacha was slowly but surely becoming insufficient and not enough to run the boarding aspect of any school. The cost of living has gone up. This money is not enough, and what we are saying is this: government should do either review this particular fee or fund the boarding aspect of all the boarding schools in this country. Otherwise, children, to tell the truth, will not have good nutrition. And you can't remove good nutrition from the equation of education.
Mr. Muyomba has further opposed the introduction of the licensure exams by the Teaching Council of Zambia for teachers, saying skills and good manners, among others, cannot be determined in a licensed exam, saying the council should have consulted stakeholders in this regard.
Teaching Council of Zambia, just like any other stakeholder, must learn to consult unions before rushing to the media to talk about the policy direction they need to take. To learn that someone somewhere is thinking of putting up yet another exam, as if this exam has more curative and more potent powers than the exam that was written at the college or university. We find it disturbing. Even a truant teacher, even a crooked teacher can pass that licensure exam. A drunkard, who said a drunkard is not intelligent, who pass?
To local authorities, such as the Lusaka City Council, Mr. Muyomba sent a strong message regarding waste management in their jurisdictions.
The local authorities have failed this country. The local authorities are useless. And the most useless local authority, the most useless city council is Lusaka City Council. At my age, you don't expect me to mince my words. We are speaking with emotions because right now our children should have been learning. They should have been in schools. Our teachers should have been teaching. Whilst other countries are busy going about their activities, we should be the only ones complaining about cholera. This is uncalled for. It's not a good sign.
Vincent Piri for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
You are still watching Camnet TV Breakfast Show, and those are headlines we are zooming in. Have your say by utilizing the numbers on the screen. Share your views on the stories there that have been played. Mimi, very strong words there. A number of issues tackled. I think some organizations have been mentioned strongly.
Yes, strongly, and the European president there was saying, we are saying this, yes, we have mixed emotions because our children should have been in schools,
yeah,
and so forth and so on. But hey, those were indeed strong words. But anyway, moving forward, interesting, we have another story from the Citizen First president, Harry Kalaba, who was called on his...
I think we have been coming.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You are through to the Camnet TV Breakfast Show. Who are we talking to this morning?
You are talking to Morning Soul.
Kindly reduce the volume on your TV set. I can hear my feedback. Yes, please talk to us.
Yes, I'm constituted on that woman was taken for operation to be told that there was nothing in her womb.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
no.
Yes.
You can go ahead.
Yes, you can go ahead. We're getting you.
That's impossible. It can't happen. When taking somebody to the theater, they should take him, him with the reason why she or he is going to be operated on. All these 9 months she was told she was carrying twins. How come those who went to their party back like there is completely nothing now? No, the government must come in. Those people went to the theater to be punished. If they automatically to us we say they restore the basis.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution there, ma'am. Anyway, those are sentiments coming from one of the stories that we played, where a woman, after carrying a pregnancy for 9 months, later on she was told that her womb is empty rather. Yeah, we have heard from the Levy Monawasa management, who say they are going to engage the couple and see what exactly transpired. But anyway, moving forward, let us get to look at the story where Citizen First Party President Harry Kalaba has called on his party leadership to mobilize the party at the grassroots levels in readiness of the 2026 general elections. Let's get to look at that story.
Our desire is to work with the transformational leadership theory and the servant leadership theory, which they understand too well and are ready to execute. They understand the function that they have a duty to serve, as well as to be transformers of the nation to make the party a better place. Mr. President, these people are disciplined because they understand the need for discipline and protocol in the party.
I'm happy that this training program has been a success. I'm also happy that you, our leaders, were ready to sit and be guided through our party manifesto, through the requirements of leadership, even as you lead Lusaka province. Therefore, I want to believe that whatever we have taken from this meeting, from this training, 3-day training you had, is going to benefit the party. They say actions speak louder than words. So I am confident myself that it is not really what you are learning which will tell us that you really went for a course, or the certificates that you'll be receiving, but I want to believe it is what you'll be doing out there in the field.
Expertise, guidance, and dedication have been pivotal in providing us with a comprehensive and decisive training program. Their unwavering commitment to equipping us with the tools necessary to be effective leaders within our party is a testament to their passion for nurturing leadership excellence. Furthermore, I extend my sincerest thanks to all the participants for your unwavering commitment, active participation, and eagerness to learn throughout this program.
Quite interesting there. We have seen the Citizen First Party, training their party officials in readiness for 2026 general elections. Seems like a lot of people are ready for these elections.
Yeah, I think it's
the last time we saw the Socialist Party through their youth saying that they have about 2024, whether they are going to be given a permit or not. They are going to hold rallies, public rallies, as well as do mobilizations.
I think what is interesting in this story is that they are training their party officials.
Yes.
Perhaps would want to be availed with
what training?
What training
yes.
is being given to these people. We hope that one of these days we might invite people from the Citizen First to come and explain to us, and also the members of the public what training they have been given. But I think training, whatever training in what we are doing, is very important.
Yes.
And I think that politicians, they should embrace training, and especially that to save citizens, not training to see how they are going to be moving around, the system to enrich themselves. So
using the pangas on others.
Yes. So I hope that training is going to bring civility. They are talking about civility in the political arena, and we just hope that we'll get more from them in terms of why they're training and what they aim to do. I think Mr. Karabadea was mentioning that we hope that we are going to put this training on the ground in terms of mobilization.
Yes, and most of the times, the politicians have been questioned about their caliber, and with such training, I hope that this time around we can see a lot of minimization in terms of offering the necessary checks and balance to the current administration, because most of the times, instead of doing that, we see opposition political parties offering most of the times derogatory remarks against the current administration.
Very personal checks and balances, if you can say.
Exactly.
Instead of looking at issues, just
direct.
Personal,
you target the character of someone, but instead of offering the genuine checks and balance that the people of Zambia are hoping for. Again, one thing we get to question, because these are people who want to one day form office, and then if they're going to be having character assassination, statement, we get to question and wonder how they are going to, save the public at the end of the day if they're given an opportunity to do so.
And the danger also of such type of politicking is that you don't progress.
Yes.
Because the purpose of politics, it must be understood that it's to bring progress, competition in terms of ideas issues.
Yes.
Instead of no, you did this, you did that, you make it personal. I think it derails progress of a country, whereby you spend more time in terms of discussing non-issues instead of issues that are going to better the lives of citizens. And we hope that such internal arrangements in political parties must be embraced and also explained to the members of the public.
Interesting. Anyway, let's get to look at another interesting story where over 50 traders operating at Kamwala's Lumbuma market have sued the Lusaka City Council in the Lusaka High Court seeking damages for the alleged illegal demolition of their market stores. Let's get to look at that story.
On Sunday, 3rd December 2023, the Lusaka City Council, in what it termed as a cleanup exercise, swung into action and demolished various makeshift stores in Lusaka's Kamwala area, affecting Lubama Market, a situation which was described as a bitter pill to swallow by those operating from the area, while the city fathers contended that their action was pure without malice and was only executing the law. Over 50 affected traders from Lusaka's Lubama Market have sued the Lusaka City Council in the Lusaka High Court, seeking damages for the actions of the city fathers. The 54 traders who were operating at Kamwala's Lubama Market are seeking damages for the alleged illegal demolition of their makeshift stores. Maxwell Molola and 53 others are also seeking damages for cost, damages for loss of profit and business, demanding missing merchandise and goods, among other reliefs. In a statement of claim filed in the Lusaka High Court Principal Registry, the traders explained that they entered into tenancy agreements with the Lusaka City Council in 2014 and were issued with annual market station occupants permits, further explaining that the market stores and the drainage system was constructed at a total cost of 1 million kwacha. The traders, through their lawyer, Messrs. Likando Kalaluka and Company, submit that they are dismayed and surprised that in December 2023, around midnight, the Lusaka City Council police swung to Kamwala Lubama Market and demolished their makeshift stores, and disclosed that the damage caused amounts to over 2 million kwacha. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lusaka. Uncertainty is still the best friend of the former ruling party, as the eruption of wrangles has left members of the Green to question who the president is between the former head of state, Edgar Lungu or Mao Sampa, while the court is yet to determine the answer. In the latest turn of the boat, PF Faction Secretary General Morgan Ngona has asked the Lusaka High Court to dismiss the matter in which 7 PF members sued him and Material Member of Parliament Mayo Sampa in an affidavit in support of notice of motion to raise preliminary issues on a point of law. In this matter, Motote Kafuaya, Emmanuel Mwamba, Geoffrey Mwamba, Chishimba Kambwili, Grayford Monde, Chitalu Chilufya, and Brian Mundubile, all being presidential aspirants, want a declaration that the election of Mr. Sampa's party president is now and void as it breached the party's electoral regulations. The 7 are also seeking an order quashing the election of Mr. Sampa as party president and the appointment of Mr. Morgan Ngona as party secretary general. They also demand an order quashing the changes made to the records of the party at the Registrar of Societies after October 24th, 2023, and a permanent injunction restraining Mr. Sampa and Mr. Ngona from acting as party president and secretary general, respectively. But in an affidavit in support of notice of motion to raise preliminary issues on a point of law, Mr. Ngona states that the petition in its current form is irregular and does not confront the requirements of the law. The faction secretary general, however, questions whether the petition, having not been signed by the petitioners, is competently before the court, and whether the petitioners are seeking to increase chances of success by litigating the same issues before different courts. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Those are two stories that made headlines in our news yesterday, coming all the way from the courts, where we have seen that over 50 traders operating at Kamwala's Libama market have sued the Lusaka City Council in the Lusaka High Court, seeking damages for their alleged demolition of their market stores, as well as we have seen a story from the Opposition Patriotic Front faction Secretary General Morgan Ngona, who has requested the Lusaka High Court to dismiss the matter in which 7 PF members sued him and Material Area Member of Parliament Mr. Mao Samba, seeking a declaration that the duo contravene party electoral regulation. We understand that on last year, on the 24th of November, we did see, is it October?
It is October.
Yes, we did see Mr. Mao Samba holding a general convention, and we did see him being elected as the party president for the PF. And we have seen that, the members of the PF are challenging this, saying that it was illegal, it is now unvoid, as it does contravene their party's constitution. But anyway, we have seen that this matter is being challenged before the courts of law. Submissions are still being heard by the courts of law, and we are yet to see the final outcome that the court of law will indeed give out at the end of the day. Yeah, quite interesting, huh?
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Quite interesting, and we're talking about this being one of the biggest opposition political parties that we have in the country, and just few years coming after losing office. Now they're having these wrangles within. We were told after they left office, they did assure the people that the party is going through under a rebranding process. Yes, but during this rebranding process, we have seen that these wrangles have continued to emerge. Yeah,
I think it was in the issue of changing goalposts in terms of because they were supposed to go for a convention, then before the convention they kept changing, and then what came out now was that they were supposed to go for a constitutional review before they had the convention, and then while they were doing that, boom, Mao Samba on the Independence Day.
Boom.
Of all other days.
Of all the days.
Of all the days, he chose the independence.
The independence.
To hold the convention.
Was it a notion that I need to liberate the people, members of the party?
We can only speculate.
We can only speculate.
Maybe he was targeting independence.
But anyway, that is the matter that is before the courts of law, and we want to hear what the outcome will be. at the end of the day, we wouldn't want to delve much into that particular topic.
Yeah. And also, as viewers, even if we're going towards the 9 minutes of the show, you can still utilize the numbers on the screen to ensure that you contribute on some of the stories we're zooming in this morning. And moving on, the Advocates for National Development and Democracy, says it is elated to learn that the largest copper deposits have been discovered in Zambia. The organization says what is more pleasing is that the investor, Josh Goldman, has indicated that his company plans to invest $2 billion into the mining project that will be built at its Mingomba project. We can get into that story.
We are elated to learn that the largest copper deposits have been discovered in Zambia, and then the investor, Josh Goldman, plans to invest over $2 billion into the mining project that will be built at its Mingomba project. This is a progressive development, as we believe that it will contribute positively to our national socio-economic growth. It is time for Zambians to benefit from their minerals. With the huge global demand of minerals, especially copper, we believe that it is not just an opportunity for Zambians to meet the global demand, but also to benefit from their minerals. For some time, Zambians have benefited less from the mining sector, which is actually our primary sector. In this regard, we want to appeal to our government. We want to appeal actually to President Hakainde Hichilema to ensure that these foreign investors investing in our mining sector prioritize giving business significant contracts to our local suppliers and contractors. We believe by doing so, we'll be able to promote commerce and trade and grow our domestic economy. Government should also ensure that through the ZCCMRH increases its stake in these mining investments, if as a country we are to benefit optimally from these mining investments. Once again, we want to say that it is an opportunity for Zambians to benefit from their minerals, and that's the only way we can grow our domestic economy.
Introducing Kapi Lodges Kafue, a beautiful place to spend your night. At Kapi Lodges, we have affordable and comfortable rooms to meet your expectations. We are located along Kafue Road, Shimabala area. For more details, contact us on +260 979 476307 or +260 976 057123 or +260 764 700 003. Email kapilodges@gmail.com. Kapi Lodges, my second comfort, home.
Anyway, this is where we have to call it a day this morning. I hope you did enjoy some of the stories that we did look at this morning. Amongst them, the famous story coming all the way from Levi Monawasa, where a woman was told that she didn't have any fetus in her womb after being pregnant for 9 months. But anyway, we have seen that Levi Monawasa management have said that they will engage the couple and see the way forward. Anyway, we also will continue to update you, our viewers, on what the outcome will be for that particular story, as well as some of the interesting stories that are going to make headlines in our news. Anyway, for me and Athias Kaputula, it's bye-bye and stay blessed and keep it on Camnet TV.